You're right there, ladies and gents, how is it going? You catch me wobbling around on my Beta, my little Beta enduro bike, down in Sussex today, going across to Hampshire, and yeah, a little lone ride today as well, just out enjoying the lanes on a day off, on a lovely wintry day, sun's out, it's cold, but it's alright, but as you can see, this is really sticky. Yeah, this little lane here is effectively a ditch for a floodplain, and we've had so much flooding. A lot of it has drained away, but not all of it, and as can be seen, this is as slimy as it gets. Now then, I don't know if I want to continue. I'll get through it, I just don't want to churn it all up. But yeah, it is very, very slimy. Let's see what it's like around the corner. If it gets worse, I'll turn around. I think that's the worst of it from what I remember of this track, but my wheels are well and truly caked in it now. Definitely not a trail for the Aprilia Touareg when it's like this. I came down once before, a few years ago, or a year ago or so, and yeah, it was a bit more than I wanted to bite off on that bike, because it's just heavy. As you can see, it's all waterlogged. I'm not going fast, which is probably as much of a hindrance as a help. But people have been through here recently, got a trail there. Use the water to clean up my tyres a little bit. Oh, cool. This one is a workout for the first lane of the day. But we're all good. Definitely taking more concentration than my usual loop around Surrey. Oh, stuck. There we go. Got through it, minimum wheel spin. Oh yeah. Well, that's definitely warmed me up. Definitely warmed me up. Whew. Need to get back in the practice of looking up a little bit higher. I'm looking right down in front of me. I'm so unused to riding in proper slime like that last one was. But we're all good. Awesome bike this for it, awesome bike. Right, so we've made it up to the top of Bignor Hill, I think that's what it's called, I'm not sure, but yes, Bignor Londinium, as in London, Sutton is over that way, Slindon is over that way, Novo Magus is over that way. I think that might have been what they used to call Chichester in the olden days, in the Roman times, not sure, might be wrong about lots of stuff, but yeah, this is Stane Street, which sort of makes sense if it is Chichester, but yeah, over that way you got Roman Villa, Bignor Roman Villa. I went and did a visit of that a while back, and also of Boxgrove Priory in the same video. In my back history, I'll put a link up in the top corner. Is it that corner or is it that corner? I can never remember because my brain doesn't work inside a crash helmet properly. Yes, motorcycles, they knock your brain cells out. It's been proper slimy. Loved it. I'm not going to actually include every single lane I do today, but what we'll do is bring the camera out when we get to the good bits, the trickier bits or the more visual bits. But yeah, bike's going well. I'm a bit concerned about the front tyre, not because it's wearing out, but the tubeless system seems to not be holding air very well, but hopefully the rim will stay with the tyre attached. But I've got to keep an eye on that. It seems alright at the moment, but yeah, it's an awesome day. I suppose I should crack on, shouldn't I, really? I'm not going to record going down there. It's kind of just a bit slimy, but it's pretty easy, but I will bring you back for the next lane.
Keep that bar rubber side down.
Right, well, I said I wasn't going to bring you back on this lane because it's generally just a bit slippery but quite easy, but we've had a tree down, so yeah, I'm kind of hoping I can come down through here, use these little bits as a kicker just to get me up over it, and then kind of go up onto there and then back down onto the track. But yeah, I'm not particularly good at log crossings, so yeah, hopefully this will go alright. This can only go one of two ways. I'm going to fall off and hopefully not hurt myself, or I'm going to get over it and look absolutely awesome. But I guess there's always the in-between bit where I get over it and don't look awesome. But yeah, I'm not very confident on this, but I'm going to do it slowly rather than speedily, which is probably the wrong way of doing it entirely. Up is up, or down is down, whichever way you want to do it. I made it! Oh yes! Hopefully there's not any more. Well, this one can be a little bit tricky. Can be. Not saying it's going to be, but it has been for me in the past. Mainly on my Aprilia, it's had me turn around. But hopefully I will have no problem today on this. Trying to keep my momentum going. Bit slippy. Made that first bit, which is a little bit trickier than the rest of it, I think. I've got to watch out for trees being down, I guess. Watch out for that arm pump. Oh yeah, so I'm only going to really show the sort of more trickier bits on this trail ride. No point just doing regular stuff. Makes the video quite long, and I'd rather have you watch to the end rather than get bored halfway through. But this is another good one, certainly helping me stay warm. I've got too much on really. I've layered up and got winter lining in my RST textiles, so there's no hope of me being too cold today. Winter gloves for my hands as well, no heated grips, so but at the moment I don't need them. This morning was a bit chilly on the way out because it's quite a long road ride to get to these trails for me, on the Beta anyway, so it's fine on the Touareg. But yeah, oh, what we got here, I remember this being pretty slimy when I came through even in the summer, but let's see how we do. Get ready to just have the front dip away from me or something. No problem at all. Awesome. Oh yeah. So I'm trying something different today. I'm using two cameras on my helmet. I've got my GoPro 10 and my Insta 360 Go 3, whatever it's called, so I can get some YouTube shorts made and have audio. I know YouTube shorts aren't for everyone. I know YouTube shorts aren't for everyone, but they kind of help channels stay alive these days. So if you're not for you, don't feel you have to watch them. I don't mind. I'm not precious about them. It's not a format I hugely care for either, but the algorithm says we must do it, so the algorithm I must follow. While there's nothing particularly challenging about this lane apart from a few deep ruts that you have to cross, and select your crossing point reasonably well. It's a pretty easy lane. It's a pretty easy lane. Other than that, it's good fun going across these well bedded in ruts that the waterways have caused as they trickle down the hill. But the main reason for including this lane in this video is just because it brings you out on some amazing views. The top's called the Trundle, or I don't think the lane's called the Trundle, but the top's called the Trundle. And if you carry on straight on after the top, then that takes you eventually to the Wilden Downland Open Air Museum, which is a place I really want to get to at some point. Yeah, I've not been there since I was a child, so I'd love to go again. It's going to be quite interesting. It's not particularly steep at all, but yeah, it is a big old climb though for this part of the world at least. Yeah, the southern England doesn't have a huge amount of mountains. Yeah, I think the tallest thing is about 200 metres, 250 metres or so above sea level. Oh, doggo. Let's take in the view and grab a cup of coffee if the cafe truck thing is open. Is the cafe truck thing open? It's not. But we're still taking the view, taking the view. As you can see the south coast at the end there. Quite a clear day, but not monumentally clear. You can see there's a lot of water about, and it's hard to tell which are waterways and which are floodplains and what have you. But yeah, south coast of England. It's quite pretty indeed. Awesome stuff. Hello sheep. Right, well, if the coffee shop's shut, I suppose I should crack on. I've got to work out which way it is I'm going next. Alright, I've never done this one before, so I don't really know what to expect. It is quite a steep hill around here, but I don't know how steep this part of it is, and I don't really know anything else other than it was on the route and I thought I'd just add it in last night when I was creating it. So yeah, I don't know what to expect at all, how long it is or whatever, but yeah, it's kind of cool to add something new to your life, isn't it? Add something new, and if it's fun, then I will tack it on to future rides I do along this way. But it seems alright so far. It's nice views up on the hill. It was an easy climb. I was expecting it to be a bit harder from the other parts of the hill that I saw as I was riding along the road, but yeah, it was all good. It's all good. I think we're just going to come out in a very underwhelming side of the road in a second, so speed down a little bit. Yeah, here's the side of the road here. Okay, so I had seen this green lane in the past. I'd seen the sign, there's one just here, there you go, by the way. I'd seen that before on this route, but never actually explored. So yeah, cool. Added in to the brain bank. Right, so this green lane is called Green Lane. I'm a little way along it at the moment, but we've got a bit of water here. Don't know how deep it is, but I thought I'd better put the cameras on for this bit, see how slimy it is. It's not too bad at the moment. Ah, that's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Not a problem. Yeah, most of the lanes along here are all pretty straightforward and easy, but this time of year obviously everything's just a little bit slimier. I've fallen off along this one a couple of times. Can't remember exactly where, but I think it was around here one of the times. But nothing to worry about today really, apart from keeping your toes in to keep them out of the roots and stuff, stop them getting snagged. Yeah, it's been a very pleasant day so far, a very pleasant day, and I should be arriving at Loomies just in time for lunch. I've got a blooming stowaway, go away, stowaway, get off. I know when I did the ADV ride along here on my Aprilia Touareg with a bunch of TRF ADVers, a couple had some issues with the roots, but they were on very sort of more road focused tyres, so they struggled with the grip. I'm struggling with skills, not grip. Lack of. Well, that was jolly indeedy. And we're at the end of this lane here. And then it's just popping up a little bit further and then turning right, and then we've got another easy lane followed by a tricky one. So I'll bring you back for the tricky one. Right then, this one here is a bit deathly. I've fallen off along here so many times. Yeah, it's just really slippery, and yeah, it's kind of a bit of a nemesis of mine. So I'm going to just go down it slowly, not let the bike get away from me, hopefully. And once I get through this chalky bit, then hopefully the slimy bit won't be too awful. But yeah, I have fallen off along this chalky bit so many times, so I am just going through at a trickle. Just going through at a trickle. Might not be too bad today, it might not be too bad at all, but I just don't really want to go arse over tit. Don't really want to go arse over tit, so I'd rather be cautious and win. Now, it's not too bad here, I don't think. I think it just starts getting a little bit steeper in a minute, and the bike can run away from you a little, and obviously this chalk being slippery when wet, yeah, if you've never ridden on wet chalk before, you're in for a treat, because just stopping is an absolute challenge. So letting the bike run away from you is a definite no-no. Now, I think I've worked out in the past that the left-hand one is the best one of them all to be in. I think. Either that or I've got it completely wrong. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of ruts. They just get me every time. And I know you kind of have to go a bit faster on them to survive them. Ugh. See, I'm already being rubbish. Going to get overtaken by a couple of mountain bikers, I think, in a minute. I know if I go faster, I'll go in a straighter line. I'll not wobble about as much, and therefore I'll not hit the sides of the rut. And when I do, I'll also have the momentum to just bash straight along it. But my brain tells me no. Caught by a shrubbery. I knew it was going to happen. I got caught on one of these things, bashed the handlebars, which then in turn made me fall off the rut. Oh, so much easier than the Aprilia. Now, I've not done this lane for quite a long time. I have done it on the Aprilia. And there was trees down, and I got through. But it was a long time ago, that was, and yeah, let's go by foot before I go by bike. Right, well, as you can see, this is a really skinny lane, and unfortunately it's unpassable up ahead. so I've got to back out of here. I would like to turn the bike around, and I haven't quite mastered that wheelie pivot turn malarkey thing, and there's very little room here, so I don't know if I'm going to even try that. I might just try and wheel it backwards as best as I can, just trying to find a bit where the bank isn't quite as steep, where I might be able to turn the bike. Right, turn the bike around, let's get out of here. Whew, that's knackered me out, that has. Just the pushing the bike backwards bit. I should have really tried turning the bike around sooner, would have been a lot easier. Just 2 more lanes to go now, this one and then another one, which is normally a bit of a slime fest this time of year, so I will try and close out on that one, and provided there's no trees down on it. Mental, loads of bad wind, not just coming out of my bomb. Stan's just digging in, so may as well just let the bike lay over. It's going to fall over anyway. This is by choice. I quite like this one just because it's going across the field. It's very easy, even when it's slimy, but it's feels like you're more out in the wild when you're going on a field rather than a gravel track or what have you, doesn't it? Oh, gorgeous day. Right, this is my last byway of the day. Sometimes it can be really quite sticky, and others absolutely no problem at all, but I imagine with all the rain we've had there's going to be some very sticky places in it. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this slightly different format to my normal trail riding vlogs, where I've kind of simplified it a bit, cut down a lot of the trails that you'll have already seen before and all that sort of stuff on my videos. But yeah, it's a weird one trying to keep these sorts of videos fresh when I can only get to so many lanes in my sort of circle of area that I can get to on this bike without putting it in a van. Now obviously the Aprilia is supposed to cover those bases because it allows me to get further afield, but in this time of year and with unknown slime, I'm not sure if that's the best bet, and I said in a previous video that I'm wanting to ride this bike a little bit more during the slimy times. Looks like I can get through here. Oh man, I am super hot, overheating and dehydrated. Very much looking forward to a cup of tea down at Lumi's. Oh, well, I've got through there, but here is the slime. Here is the slime time. Wow. Wow, this is deep. Well, so much for closing out on this lane. I was going to get it all done. But we ran out of lane because my brain had to concentrate on that little bit of water there. But wowzers, what a day. So anyway, like I say, I do hope you enjoyed this sort of more simplified format. Obviously less vloggy vlog, more just trail riding vlog, but yeah, it was certainly good fun to get out on the bike and have this little run all by myself. I absolutely love getting out on the bikes with Mr. Fish and Big Pezza and Phil 480 and that lot, I really do. But it's also very good to have some me time, and it means that next time I go out with Fish we can do a rerun of that, and I'll show different parts of it. But yes, we are down at Lumi's now. Lumi's, we're just about in you. Well, definitely looking forward to some fluids, but also a burger of some sort. Right, well that was an awesome day on the little Beta. It's a great little bike, that. I love it a lot. But anyway, right, if you haven't done so already, please click that subscribe button. It'd be awesome to have you come back for some more. Multiple bikes on the channel, not all trail riding, a lot of road riding too. And yeah, with tractor. Pooley, it's a tractor for you, mate. He likes tractors. But anyway, yes, so yeah, give the channel a little subscribe. If you like the video, give it a big old thumbs up, we like them. And if you didn't, you can always give it a little thumbs down. I don't mind at all. But please drop in a comment. I do very much love hearing from you. It is all a big community, this sort of stuff, isn't it? Yes, some people ask me about GPX files. I share them all on the TRF's local websites. So the Facebook group for the TRF I'm in is the Surrey and London one. So if you are interested in any of the GPX files for my trail rides, join the TRF, and they're all there free for anyone to take. But I don't give them out generally just to randoms. It's more of a TRF thing. Yeah, right. You would safe. Take care, and I shall catch you all in the next one. Bye bye for now.
Keep that bar. Rubber side down. You know, you gotta keep that bar. Rubber side down.